Hey math kids, today we're going to talk about fitting trig models to data. And on the screen we're given the mean monthly maximum temperatures for Cape Town, South Africa in the table, and January we're thinking of it as 1, February is 2, and so on. They asked us to do a scatter plot, which I've already done because I think you guys are fine, like you can do that on your own. And then they want us to use that green equation to find A, B, C, and D. So I'm going to start with B. So the formula for B is original period over B is equal to the new period. And we can see that the new period is 12 months because we've got pretty much something that looks kind of like a cosine actually, like on this, but we're trying to write it as a sine. Okay, so if we just solve this, we can basically just swap the b and the 12. We end up with 2 pi 12ths equals b, which is equal to pi over 6. Okay, now if we talk about the amplitude a, what we want is just what's in the middle, we want the distance from the middle to the top. So what we can do is we can do the maximum point minus the minimum point and then divide by 2 to figure that out. So maximum minus minimum over 2, and that's going to give us 13 over 2, which is 6.5. Okay, so A is equal to 6.5. Okay, now D is the average point. And so if we take the maximum, add it to the minimum, and then divide it by 2, we'll get the middle. And so what is that? 30, 43. 43 over 2, and that's going to be 21.5, which is D. All right, now since we know D, to find C, it's going to be the point like right after we start a new period. So if we have a point that's 21.5, that's what we want to use. And we see that on the table with October. October is the 10th month. So if we plug in the values here, we're going to get, so big T is going to be 21.5. Amplitude is 6.5. B is pi 6. T is going to be 10. And D is 21.5. All right, so we just need to solve for C now. So 21.5, it's going to be a 0. Then if we divide by 6.5, that's still going to be a 0. So 0 equals sine pi 6, 10 minus C. Okay, if we take the inverse sine of 0, so sine, inverse sine, that's still going to be 0. Pi 6 times 10 minus C. If we multiply by 6 over pi, that's still 0. Minus 10, negative 10 equals negative C, so 10 equals C. Alright, now part C, it says check your answer using technology. So essentially we're just going to plug this in and then graph it and make sure that it looks like what it's supposed to. So let's just go to Desmos. So I'm going to add a table. And so our x values are just going to be 1, 2, 3 through 12. And then our y values, we're just going to enter the table. Okay, so we can see that. We have kind of a rough sine wave going on there. And right here, we're going to plug in our model, which we have y is equal to, where's our a? 6.5. Let's see, 6.5 sine and our b value, where is it? Pi 6. T minus 10. Plus 21.5. Okay, we can see that's a pretty good model. It might not be perfect, but I feel pretty confident that our model was close. If you have additional questions, please come to Math Lab. Until then, calculator.